Hey there, everyone. It's Brad Gilbo with the BWG Realty Group here with your Q1 2025 market snapshot. Now, this is for the greater Los Angeles area and kind of broadly speaking, the trends that we're seeing here in Southern California. We're going to talk about days on market, median home price, sales volume, inventory, and some of the other things that are just frankly affecting the market in general, like credit, uncertainty in terms of the job market, a number of things. But let's get right into it. Days on market. Now, this is the number of days from when a property goes live on the market until when it gets an accepted offer and goes pending. The days on market is actually up. It's about double right now from where it was in October of last year. So currently we're sitting around 65 days on market. So this is signaling that the market is, cooling off a little bit, or at least a trend of cooling off, and should give a bit more breathing room to buyers. Now, median home price is another metric that we track. Again, broadly speaking, in Los Angeles, the median home price is $883,000. In October, that number was $900,000. So it's slightly down, but again, negligible when you're talking about the sort of broad city data. What this means, though, is that prices aren't exactly crashing. We're actually seeing that they're stabilizing. So right now, we're not experiencing the over asking 10, 15, 20% that we were seeing, let's say, a year and a half, 2 years ago. But suffice it to say that home values, median home price is still holding. Now, sales volume, or the number of transactions that has closed, this has actually been down a little bit month over month compared to in January from where we were last year. So sales volume is down about 28%, but it's still on par with where we were last year. Now, compared to 2 years ago, we were about half of the sales volume, or the number of transactions closed, that we saw in 2023 in 2024. So it's been more of the same here at the beginning of 2025. The last thing that we're looking at here is inventory, or the number of available homes on the market. And inventory is climbing. So we're up about 30% from last year. So this is going to give buyers more choices and frankly more buying power. The trend here that we're seeing is that we're not in a full buyer's market, but we're moving away from a seller's market into more of a balanced market where buyers have more opportunities. One thing that's holding back buyers is interest rates. So right now, the 30-year fixed rate interest rate is on average around 6.6%. A year ago, that number could have been in the 7% or even low 7%, maybe high sixes. But the fact that we're at 6.6 means that things are moving in the right direction, meaning down for interest rates. But there's a lot that the Fed is waiting to determine in terms of inflation and the repercussions that happen from the tariffs that have been imposed by the administration. So, economic output here in LA, I'm sure that if you're like me and you've got friends that are in the entertainment business, there seems to be a bit of a pause as people are waiting to see if they're going to keep their jobs, if there are going to be layoffs, like where these next sort of entertainment-based, freelance, project-based positions are kind of going to come from. Additionally, we've been seeing some layoffs in like the tech sector, finance is struggling, and a number of things. And really a lot of that is the tariffs that have been imposed with obviously goods coming into the country. I mean, LA is one of the largest ports, huge e-commerce hubs here. And the reality is that there's just a little bit of pause, as I think most people are waiting to see what type of job security they have, if they're at risk of being let go, and trying to balance that with their overall financial picture to see if buying or renting or selling or moving actually makes sense at the time. Now, what does the bottom line mean here? So, as I mentioned, the trend here is that we're moving towards a more balanced market, meaning away from a seller's market towards a buyer's market. But don't hear what I'm not saying. Sellers have to basically be strategic. They've got to price their property well. They have to present the property well, meaning no unfinished projects, and make sure that it's staged or prepared and presented well. And for buyers, while they're getting a little bit more breathing room and can be a little bit pickier in terms of the opportunities or more opportunities on the market, it doesn't mean the competition has gone away. Properties that are priced right and presented well, they're still having multiple offers and oftentimes going above the asking price. But again, we're not seeing crazy year-over-year growth that we've been seeing previously in terms of the overall sales volume price. This is a lot of information. If you want to know more specifically about what's happening in your particular city, or broadly speaking, how this could affect your needs as a buyer or a seller, give us a call, reach out. We're happy to ask some questions, give you some more specific data, and really put together a fine plan that is more tailored to your specific situation.